All right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And guys, is Bitcoin in danger? Are we about to see a major breakdown to $30,000? Man, oh man. Let me go ahead and lower the music down a little bit for us here, guys. Shout out to Overcome 70x7. Crypto can't wreck me if I'm already wrecked by leg day. Shout out to you, man. All right, guys. A huge shout out to everybody in the Casper crew. A huge shout out to everybody in the chat. A huge shout out to our sponsors, BingX. Currently in this Bitcoin short trade on BingX. Also a huge shout out to ZoomX, the other exchange that I am trading on as well. And a huge shout out to MEXC, guys. MEXC, the best deal on fees. Literally, I mean, 0% limit order fees, 0.01% taker order fees. All right. Bitcoin struggling at support. Also, guys, if you want to join the Casper crew, where we give juicy trade setups, like the short trade that we gave from the exact top, gave it live during the New York Open, the last major 20% moves to the downside we got on Bitcoin, as well as the long trade from $40,700. You can check out the Casper Crew VIP Discord at jasoncaspertrading.com. Click the link to join the Discord. We've also got a whole bunch of courses on here if you're interested in all that, guys. Links to all this is in the description. Also, a huge shout out to Market Cipher, my go-to trading indicator. A huge shout out to CryptoFace. A huge shout out to Nick Cipher. Market Cipher is the best indicator by far that you can possibly use on TradingView. Sika says, Jay, why do you always look worried? Well, I'm always worried, man. You know, I'm worried. I'm in trades. I got hundreds of thousands of dollars on the line in front of millions and millions and millions of subscribers. Okay. I don't know, maybe it's because I just got on the treadmill. I'm a little tired today, guys. I didn't sleep good last night. I stayed up too late with Big Butts 28. Just lying on the floor talking about life. Shout out to everybody in the chat. A huge shout out to J-Boy Bullish. A huge shout out to Joe Potter. A huge shout out to Overcome for the super chat. Who else we got in the chat? A huge shout out to Divine Hood. He says, not 30K yet, but I think we break the range down. Shout out to Keith Jeffs. In the chat, he says, what's up, Jason? Shorted since Double Top was in charts daily from 2021. Yeah, that is the big resistance that we're at right now. Shout out to Splashfire Films. He says, a bit more downside for Biddy. All right. Alrighty. Shout out to Joseph Nagy, says too much stress. Shout out to Mustard Seed, waiting for the in, baby. Shout out to Splashfire Films, who shouts out Big Butts 28. Guys, as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes during the first half hour of the stream, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. All right, 1,000 USDT, baby. That's a pretty good giveaway. All right, so what is happening with Bitcoin? We are grinding down to the low of this range, guys, and we have a lot of bullish signs that just are not playing out right now. Okay, we have a lot of bullish signs that just are not playing out, and the last two major pivots that we actually did get for Bitcoin are from the two major levels that we have had within this range. Okay, so yesterday, guys, in the Casper Crew VIP live stream, the short idea that we had for Bitcoin was basically this, right? Coming up to take these last two highs and get a move down, okay? And the long trade that we had yesterday in the Casper Crew VIP Discord was this one here, guys. Okay, so currently right now, Bitcoin is at that support that we were looking at yesterday in the Casper Crew VIP New York Open live stream. A higher risk long, because we understand for a number of reasons that this is not as high of a probability setup as some of the other potential setups that we could have. Okay, so the levels are being respected, guys. Short from yesterday, currently right now at that long from yesterday The question is, are we going to hold? Are we going to make a slightly higher low right here? Or are we going to break down? Now, we have been trading in this range for Bitcoin now for about 10 days, guys. Almost 10 days. So when we break, it is going to have significant follow-through. Now, I've maintained a bullishness all week, and so far all week, guys, I have been dead wrong, all right? I will admit when I am wrong. And I was wrong. I was really expecting this to give us a new high. And then, honestly, I was even expecting us to hit a new high yesterday. All right? I was expecting us to hit a new high yesterday. But here's the thing. As long as we don't take out this low, who knows? There's still a chance. But I will say things are looking less and less likely as we're grinding down here at the support. Now, let's take a look at Market Cipher. And we'll just do some analysis here, because right now the 4-hour time frame is it was looking like she wanted to confirm a green dot, but has been reluctant to do so. The 2-hour time frame right now, guys, no more is there a chance of bullish divergence on the 2-hour. The 1 hour, there is still multiple drive of bullish divergence as we are kind of coming down here, right? We have a bullish divergence right here. I'm sorry, that's not a divergence. I thought, yeah, there's a bullish divergence as we came down to this area, right? We made higher lows, and then literally locally right here, we are printing another bullish divergence right here. So this really is decision time for Bitcoin. If we do break down from this sideways range, where are the next targets that we have? Well, target numero uno is going to be this little area that we have here on the daily time frame. On this whole way up, we just made blue candle after blue candle after blue candle after blue candle. Blue candle after blue candle after blue candle after blue candle, except right here. Right here we have ourselves a purple candle, okay? That is known as an order block or a daily level. And so this right here is going to be a key zone of support where potentially, if we're going to continue in this local uptrend like this, we need to hold this area right here. It's around $49,850, give or take. Around $49,850. If we lose $49,850, then we need to be prepared for more downside. Now here's why. When we take a look at all the volume that has traded for Bitcoin going all the way back to the very beginning of 2021, we see two very key levels on our chart right here. To the downside, the key level is going to be $47,300-ish. This is the high volume node of everything that's traded since 2021, meaning if we're going to get a bigger drop, this is a very important area of support. So important that if it doesn't hold, it opens the doorway for a much further correction, much further. To the upside, we have our very important level of around $55,000. This is going to be the high of this massive range, okay? So we have three very important levels, and these three levels are going to be the levels that I am personally interested in trading, okay? These are really the three main areas I am interested in trading right now. As a trader who is not scalping, if I'm going to be looking for longs, I will be looking for a long from this green box at around 49,850, or this white line right here at around 47,300. If I'm going to be looking for short trades, the biggest, bestest short trade we could be looking for is around that $55,000 level. Why is that? It's because it's a macro volume level. All right, look at the macro volume level, the reaction that we got. This entire massive move to the upside here, the only significant correction we got was from that high volume node, a 21% correction, right? A 21% correction. And that is why I was looking for that setup. This is why we gave that setup in the Casper crew. I took that juicy trade. It was a very juicy trade. Even though we didn't come as low as I want to, obviously we lock in profits, secure a win on that trade, okay? And so if the high volume node of the range can give us this reaction, we would expect a similar reaction from the top now of the range. Okay, we would expect a similar reaction from the top of the range. So let's come on back over here to TradingView, and let's take a look at what's happened locally here. Because now that we have the macro levels, we can talk about what's going to happen locally. One last thing I do want to say. Bitcoin has never in the history of Bitcoin, okay, broken out and held above the golden pocket. This golden pocket is coming in exactly right at this high volume node, right? So this level right here is such a key level. Now, the fact that Bitcoin has never in the history of Bitcoin broken out above the macro golden pocket in the 4-year Bitcoin cycle, right? Last cycle, we rejected from it. The cycle before that, rejected from it. The cycle before that, rejected from the key fib level. If we now lose this, which also is $47,300, I would actually look at this as a fake out, and then we could expect a correction back down to around the $30,000 level. The reason I say $30,000 is because if this pattern of rejecting from the fib level is going to continue, all right, keep in mind, guys, this is the week. Let's go to the monthly time frame. All right, the monthly time frame right here, we could even go to the 2-week. All right, there's 2 days left on the 2-week. If Bitcoin really starts to dump like crazy and we close the 2-week candle, or we close the monthly candle below $47,300, around that area, this to me would look like just a rejection from the golden pocket on the monthly time frame, and then we could expect the same pattern that we've seen for Bitcoin for the past 12 years of rejecting from the golden pocket. We would come down to retest the key zone of support that we made during the previous bull market, right? So the $30,000 level is probably the most important level for Bitcoin that we've had in the past 4 years, okay? Because it was a very key psychological level. 20,000 was the all-time high in 2017, 2018. And so 30K was that next big psychological level. And so that $30,000 level was support like 1, 2, 3 times in the bull market. It was resistance 3 times as well during the bear market. And so we would expect to come back down and retest that base. All right, is it going to happen overnight? I don't know. It could, it might not. We don't know, right? I don't know. I'm just saying these are going to be targets for me if this is just a big fake out and this turns into a big Bart Simpson pattern, right? A big Bart Simpson pattern, we would expect continuation from here, okay? So now let's take a look at what's happened here locally on Bitcoin, because it has not been moving much, but the levels have been being respected, which is nice to see, okay? Levels have been being respected, which is nice to see. So first of all, we have our high, right? We have our high right here that we made. And then we have our low right here. We're trading the sideways range. Bitcoin took the low and gave us a fake out, which we got right here. Now, this was a trade setup that I actually gave for free on my YouTube live stream last week. All right, so if you're subscribed to the channel, I gave this setup literally to the exact dollar. I gave it 50,776. All right, so shout out to everybody who took that trade. And then, of course, we came up to this area. We took the high. This is a trade setup we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. It's actually the short I'm in right now on one account over here. Now, title of the video says $400,000 Bitcoin short. Well, I'm in a $200,000 short right here on MEXC, and I'm in a $200,000 short on BingX as well. Okay, so totaled up, I'm $400,000 to the short side on Bitcoin. All right, so that is the setup that we gave in the Casper Crew VIP Discord in advance. So let's pop on over here. Do I even have that? I don't know. Oh man, this is the long trade. This is the long trade that I was compounding from the bottom. This is one of the juiciest amounts of profits I've ever made in one trade. In the top, definitely in the top 5 trades of my life. $43,479 in one trade. That is absolutely insane. All right, that is insane. But I don't think I have the. All right, I don't think I have the the setup that we gave. But we did give this short setup in advance, y'all. All right, so now let's check out now what is happening with Bitcoin right in the moment, okay? Okay, so yeah, so we took the short trade, then we literally came down, we took that low again, right, for a move to the middle of the range, and then what happened is we came up right to that Fibonacci golden pocket retracement, and yesterday, guys, when I saw that happen, I was bullish, but I did acknowledge the fact that this was a short trigger, right? Even though I was bullish, still acknowledging the fact that it is a short trigger. This is what I said when I saw that. We just took the high for a... We just took that high with a massive decrease of OI. That's called a swing failure pattern, a chicken's drinking water pattern right there. Man, that's a short trigger. It's a short trigger. Objectively speaking, that is a short trigger. And so from that point, we have come down back to the low of the range, and this is where things get very interesting, guys. This is where things get very, very interesting right now for Bitcoin, because I was even very bullish this morning. The reasons, I'm going to tell you guys why. I'm going to make a fool out of myself again here. Why I am still feeling bullish on this Bitcoin price action even now. It mostly has to do with Market Cipher B, right? Market Cipher B on the 1 hour time frame, we are seeing the money flow getting higher as we come down to the low of the range. We are seeing bullish divergences as we come down to the low of the range. Not only did we see bullish divs here, but even right now, just recently, all right, like literally just today, as we came down to this very key level, it's a very key level, by the way, it's the 886 Fibonacci, right? It's literally this exact level that we are looking for yesterday for our potential range long trade from the Casper Crew VIP Discord, that 8886 fib, 786 to 886, and as we come down to that area, we are getting a bullish divergence right here on the 1 hour time frame. If we go to the 24-minute time frame, we are seeing triple drive of bullish div with the money flow getting higher. We go down to our 12-minute time frame, and we're also seeing bullish divergence here with the money flow getting thicker, multiple drive. And so, man, I'm not saying we're going to pump from here, guys, because so far market structure is bearish. But there is a chance that we don't take that low, right? There is a chance that we don't take that low. Let's take a look also at the order flow, right? Because there is something interesting that we've seen here as well. Let me refresh this. We are seeing a lot of shorts opening up here. Right, there are a lot of shorts opening up here. I think my EXO's been glitching. Your guys' EXO been glitching? Because this CBD was way different looking this morning. But regardless of the fact, look at this. We are seeing very many short trades opening up here, right? Look at this. From these lows, right, to these higher lows, we are seeing a large CBD bullish divergence here. We are seeing short trades opening up, and the price is unable to make lower lows. And even as we come down to this area, we're seeing a large number of shorts open here. Like, let's put on like net shorts, right? We saw a lot of shorts opening up right here, and we're even still now seeing a lot of shorts opening up, like literally right where we're at right now. We're seeing a lot of shorts open up, and they're still open. A lot of these guys are still open below VWAP. So that could lead to a move to the upside, to a push to the upside, okay? And for that reason, guys, this is why I've actually added a bit to my longs, the longs from yesterday. All right. Now, you know, don't do what I do, guys. But I am currently in a long trade right here, $490,000, and I'm also in this other long trade right here. $440,000, so over $800, almost $900,000 of longs right now from this level. Now, here's the thing, guys, okay? This is a very calculated risk for me. If anybody's watching this, okay, you have to understand, first of all, understand that I am in the profit, all right? I am in the profit, okay? Let's see. What are we looking at here? This is, I'm in the profits. All right. For the past month, all right, I'm up tens of thousands of dollars. I'm in short trades, and even if these long trades get stopped out, okay, I will lose $2,000. So really, I'm gonna be losing about $600. I'm only risking $600 on this one trade of actual negative profits. Okay, on the other trade that's open, because I've already realized yesterday $6,500 of profits. If my trade gets stopped out, it's going to be a loss, but I'll still be in the profit for the total trade. Okay, so from my perspective right now, and the way I'm trading this right now, I have nothing to lose pretty much by saying, you know what, because of these bullish signs that I'm seeing, I'm going to go for some long trades here to potentially make a lot of money. If it goes against me, the risk is very, very little. All right. The worst case scenario, if both of my long trades get stopped out, total, I would have made about $2,500 in the green, even if these trades get stopped out, because I've just added to my trades as they came back down to my entry after already taking a profit yesterday. So I'm not risking any actual money on these trades. Okay, so I'm able to have almost $1 million right now of a long open, only risking nothing. Worst case scenario, I make $2,500 on these trades. All right, and also if they get stopped out, I'm in a $400,000 short position. So I put myself in a very, very good win-win situation, no matter what happens right now. All right, so I just want to explain these things because people come in here and people don't really, a lot of people don't trade. They don't know how to trade. They don't know what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing, okay? And that's my plan, right? So Bitcoin right now potentially is going to get a little move to the upside if we can break this market structure. Okay, so it's very, very important that we start to break some market structure here. What do I mean by that? Well, look at this. On the low time frames, I'm going to go down to like the 5-minute time frame, right? We have been making our high, our low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. If we can now break these highs and then hold, then I say, you know what? These 1 hour bullish divergences very well could now start to play out. If we cannot break the highs here, I'd say there's a really good chance that we break down. Okay, but we really need to break 51.3. 51.3 right now is going to be our key level. And if we pull the volume right here from this entire zone, yeah, 51.3, this is the value area low of the range, guys. So if we can reclaim $51,300, then I'd say there's a really good chance that we reclaim 52K and that we go for the highs, all right? Based on all the things that I just went over right here, okay? Bullish divergences, shorts opening up. There's somebody defending these lows, right? There's some big player holding price at these lows. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to keep doing it, right? But for now, they are. So let's see what happens here. Shout out to everybody in the chat, all right? Shout out to Overcome 70 times 7. Shout out to Steven Atwell, Bull Div on the 30-minute. Shout out to Decent Meaning. He says Ethereum will bull flag just now. Yeah, that's interesting. Ethereum is something crazy too. We should take a look at Ethereum. We should take a look at Ethereum. We should take a look at Ethereum. Shout out to Aaron G. He says, have you liked the stream? Shout out to Joko the Alien. He says, how's the farming going, Jay? Did you buy any more trees or plants? Nope, not this year. All right, Crypto Sniper. He's the one holding up price. He's in a long, baby. Shout out to Catherine Elizabeth, who's liked. Shout out to Delete Crypto, who shouts out J-Boy Bullish. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. All right. What happens if Jeff Bezos says he bought 500 million in Bitcoin? That would be crazy. Honestly, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. All right, Cyberdunk says short squeeze incoming. I hope you're right, man. Shout out to Dano Crypto. Dano Crypto. Is it Dano or Dano, my man? I was just live streaming, wondering where everyone is. They were here. Oh, My bad, bro. I don't mean to steal your audience. All right. I do not mean to steal your audience, bro. All right. Are we gonna get a short squeeze? I'm gonna pop another poll in here, okay? Because right now I've been asking the same question all week. Is Bitcoin gonna hit $55,000? All right. I've been asking the same question all week. Is Bitcoin gonna hit $55,000? All week, you guys have been saying yes, 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 yes. Today, most people say no. All right. I'm gonna close the poll. All right, 796 people voted. We're gonna pop in another poll here. And we are gonna ask the question, is Bitcoin gonna short squeeze today? We'll go ahead and start that poll. You guys let me know. Is Bitcoin going to short squeeze? All right. Huge shout out to my super chatters in here. All right, overcome 70 times 7. Shout out to Nathan Ward. He says, can we please take a look at SHX? I'm trying to find a place to get back in. SHX. SHX. Is that SHX USDT? On Gate.io. Gatio, as I call it. All right, we're going to go to Gatio. And we are going to check it out, man. Shout out to Nathan Ward for the super chat. All right, let's check it out. We're going to check out the weekly time frame. Oh my goodness, this thing is pumping like a wild lady. And we do have a weekly bear div here. Let's go to the daily. We got a daily bear div, and now we got a daily green dot. Man. So let's just take a look. If the trend is our friend, and this thing is pumping, let's go ahead and pull the fib. We've already bounced from the golden pocket. That's the place, in my opinion, to look to get in after a move back down. Let's take a look at this volume profile that we had in this last little area of consolidation. And let's pull the fib from some lower areas here. Okay. We're just building some confluences here. Let's take a look. Okay, so here's what I would say. The next level of support that looks really nice to me is simply just taking out these lows, right? I would look for a bounce here first. If we come back down to 750.60 and we lose the level but then get a real fast reclaim of it like this, we've got ourselves the value area high of the range. We've got ourselves the golden pocket, and we've got a liquidity grab of these lows. That would be the first confluence I'd look at. If we lose that, well then, I would say we could look back to retest this high that we made right here at 54,500. 54,500, a low volume node, a support resistance flip. It looks pretty good. But those would be areas to be looking at. The trend is our friend, so we would be watching for bounces from those areas. If we see the bounce from those areas with bullish signals, trigger waves, divergences on lower time frames, can't go wrong with that kind of thing. All right. But you got out, I guess. You probably made a lot of profit on that. Congratulations on a move well played. Congratulations on a move well played. All right, Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I have to say, this bounce does not look so great so far. All right, does not look so great so far. We are chopping around the VWAP. Got to chop around the WAP. We're holding above VWAP. A hold above VWAP today, guys, is going to be good for Bitcoin. Let's put on our VWAP nice and thick here. All right, we're going to put on a nice thick VWAP. This white line is our VWAP. Currently, it is at 51,065. So if we can hold 51,065, we could see that squeeze that we are looking for. That I am looking for, I should say. Okay? I don't know if y'all are looking for it, but I feel like I am, all right? I feel like I'm looking for it, all right? We got the 1 hour candle will close in 7 minutes, which will confirm a bullish divergence on the 1 hour. 1 hour bullish divergence will be confirmed in 7 minutes and 11 seconds. 7-Eleven, the best place to get coffee when you're at the gas station. All right? Have I seen Uni? Yeah, Christopher Botes, man. I've seen Uni. It's absolutely insane. Let's check out Uni right now. Uni going crazy. Look at this. I guess what are they announced something, right? They're going to allow staking or whatever. Something about that. Some kind of news, bullish news about staking on Uni. So yeah, let's check this out. I mean, this is the kind of move where, you know, if you, man, this, so we could approach this in a number of different ways, guys, right? I'm going to go to the 15-minute chart here. Obviously, we got the majority of the move in about an hour. An hour and 15 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes gave us this crazy move. So, you know, all of a sudden, 72% out of nowhere. This is definitely not the kind of thing that I would long or buy right now. But what we can do is we could say, all right, well, if this is going to keep pumping, what would we look for? Okay. The good thing is right now we are forming some kind of a range. All right. We are forming some kind of a range here. And so what we can do is we can mark out our range. We can come up with a plan, right? So we have our range here, our range low, our range high. This is where we are going to be basically trading this asset, right? We're going to go to the 5-minute time frame. Whenever an asset gets a big move to the upside or to the downside, what you always want to do is you want to mark out the high, you want to mark out the low. This is going to be the framework from which you look for trades, all right? Right now, there's 3 potential trades that we could be looking for, all right? What I like to do is I like to pull the fib from the high to the low. All right. That is going to give us our, hang on. That is going to give us our zone where we could potentially look for a lower high if this thing is going to continue down. Right. If this thing is going to continue down, we mark out a box where we look for a rejection. Okay. Because there's always the chance that we make a lower high here like this and then make a lower low. And then we mark that first low that we can see right here. And what I like about this too is the fact that we can draw a diagonal trend line right here, right? When you start to form diagonal trend lines such as this, you know that there's liquidity under here. In other words, people have their stop losses under here. They have their stop losses under here. They have their stop losses under here because they're getting into longs and they're saying, you know what, we're holding this trend line. Let's see if we can't pump, right? So that allows us to potentially look for a long trade on this locally. I would consider it like a scalp or day trade. If we lose the level like this and stop everybody out, bam, and then we reclaim, right? If we do something like that, especially if we're doing it with somewhat of a bullish divergence like this, right, where the momentum's getting higher as the price is stopping everybody out, this gives us an entry. Right, it gives us an entry. When we reclaim that level, and then we shoot for the high, right? That gives us a really nice 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio trade, give or take, because we don't know how low it's going to wick. The important thing about this kind of trade, guys, is we don't just take the trade because we lose the level. We take the trade because we lose the level, and then we come back up and close a candle above the level, right? Now, of course, we need to be aware of the opposite of that happening. Just taking the high one more time, putting in a double top, right? Putting in a double top with a bearish divergence, right? Where the momentum is getting lower as the price is getting higher. A lot of people will probably think it's a breakout. We're going to hit another high. But if you see the bearish divergences, that is a fake out, right? The upside down Sam Bankman-Fried man breast pattern, very bearish. All right. Go ahead and take these boobs crooked. We put them on the chart right over here. We stretch them out. All right, we stretch them out. If we see something like this, guys, on the 5-minute time frame, the 6-minute, then that would be a fake out to the upside. So whenever an asset gets a big move like this, it can be tempting, especially if you're newer in this game, to want to FOMO into a long or even FOMO into a short. Honestly, after a big pump, I'll be honest with you, I'm more apt to FOMO into a short than into a long. But this is the time to just sit back, relax, and understand these are now the 3 levels to be patient and wait for. Right? As far as Unique is concerned right now, if you're a trader, these are the only 3 levels you should worry about. $10.71, $12.63, and about $12 on the dot. All right? These are the only 3 levels that matter right now. because these are going to be our areas where price is likely to get a reaction, and these are going to be the areas where you have a good risk to reward trade setup potential, right? Taking a trade right now in the middle of nowhere, you don't know, you have no reason to enter a trade here, in my opinion, all right? So Uni, Bitcoin, baby. Let's check out Bitcoin. How's she doing? So the 5-minute time frame, momentum's getting higher, money flow's getting higher. Again, what do I want to see on Bitcoin? I want to see us reclaim and hold above 51.3. And if we do, I think there's a chance, guys, we could see some of this stuff squeeze. I really think we could see some of this stuff squeeze. And I'm hoping we do, all right? Guys, we got about 1,200 people in the chat, 400 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers, y'all. Shout out to my man, Himu Api, with the super chat. He says, hey, Jason, is this bullish CVD or bearish continuation as per EXO? MCB showing bearish, EXO bullish CVD. I think MCB, look, I think we could make the case, and I've already made the case, that we are seeing some bullish order flow here. All right. I am potentially looking for a short squeeze here. All right. Potentially, I am looking for a short squeeze right here. Shout out to my man, Clemens, with the super chat. Will the alt season start even if Bitcoin begins to dump? No. It will not start if Bitcoin really begins to dump. But if Bitcoin is doing what it's doing now, this is prime altcoin season price action for Bitcoin. You know, Bitcoin dumps down. You know, our next major support is going to be around 49,850. You know, even if we get a little bounce here, range for a little bit more, even if we come lower, a slow bleed, that's altcoin season price action for sure. Bitcoin, boring and ranging, that is altcoin season price action for sure. All right? Absolutely. All right. So let's see here, guys. Shout out to BingX. All right? This is my first ever Bitcoin perpetual trade on BingX ever. All right? I've only ever made one trade here, actually. Or it looks like I made one other trade here. I don't know exactly what happened with this one. Maybe that was a test or something. What was that? Was that a limit order that I canceled? I don't know. Did I pay a fee? I don't know. This is the first trade I've ever taken on a BingX. I've locked in one profit of $700. I've got the rest of the position open right now. The way I'm managing these short trades, guys, is really, I am not looking to take much profit on shorts, okay? I'm short from here on MEXC, right at the top, and I'm short on from BingX, from the golden pocket. I think, for me, you know, I don't care if these short trades get stopped out, because they will be stopped out in profits, but because I have such a big spot portfolio of Bitcoin, if we start to dump, I always like to be short. I always like to be in shorts. If I can find a good short setup, I will take it, and I'm not really worried about making money on the shorts right now until the trend flips bearish. And then I will be taking, obviously, profits on the shorts. All right, we're going to dump, then we're going to pump forever. I hope so, Jason Root. That's what I'm hoping for. What happened to yesterday's bullish Jay? Sharp, man, if you're just popping into the stream, as much as I gave the video a bearish title, I pretty much spent the whole time talking about why I'm looking for a short squeeze, all right? And I've literally got $900,000 on longs right now, all right? Almost $500,000 over here, about 450,000 over here. Okay, so your boy Bullish J is here to stay, baby, all right? But look, I gotta be realistic because I've been bullish here all week. We haven't really seen follow through, but I cannot deny the bullish signs that I'm seeing here. Or I cannot deny the bullish signs that I'm seeing right now. So, yeah, Bullish J is still here, but Bullish J is getting a little bit more realistic here. Bullish J is playing a little bit more safe up in here. All right, all right, all right. Shout out to Aaron G. He says, "Are your bags packed for the bull market, chat? Or are you guys waiting for lower before you load up?" I can say personally a little bit of both. I've loaded up quite a bit, but I hope we get some pullbacks here so I can load up even more. Hope we get some pullbacks here so I can load up even more. All right. What am I doing here? It's my day off. I didn't know if today I was going to be able to stream or not, guys. I did not know if I was going to be able to stream or not today. All right, shout out to Lane Hughes. He's short on Jason. He's short on the corn. He's not short on Jason. He's looking to add more if we come above 52.2. Interesting. All right. How many hours do I sleep at night? I try and get 7 to 9 hours of sleep at night, man, but it's tough. You know? It's tough. How do you get into the VIP Discord? Go to jasoncaspertrading.com, alright? Shout out to Dono Crypto. Shout out to, is Matic in my alt bag? Yes, Matic is. Matic is. Shout out to Bullish J and J-Boy Bullish. Lane Hughes says, we will get a pullback. No one in their right mind is buying Bitcoin right here. I'm definitely not buying Bitcoin right here. But I would love to buy Bitcoin at 30K and below. Alright, shout out to Arabong, who says, I think we're going to pump to 55K this weekend before the big pullback. That's what I have been thinking is going to happen since last Friday, when I made a video expecting a short squeeze last weekend. Right? So, shout out to my man, Jib4288. He says, I made 8K from 1K in the last week from some of your trading advice. Well, bro, I just have to say, this is definitely not trading advice. Okay? It's not trading advice. I'm glad you made money, but I do have to say, 8xing your account in a week, if you're doing it on Bitcoin, my friend, that is, I'm going to be honest with you, you keep that up, you're going to lose everything, all right? You could lose that money just as quick as you made it, my friend. So I highly, 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 highly recommend, especially if you're newer to trading, that you take a course or at least learn some basic risk management stuff, bro, because I know how it feels to 8x your money in a week. I can't say I've ever 8x'd my money in a week, but I know how it feels to make a lot of money in a short period of time. And trust me, I don't think you were doing that with good risk management, man. You might have been, I could be wrong, but I'm just looking out for people in the chat here, all right? I'm just looking out for people in the chat here. I highly recommend you look into some risk management stuff, because here's the thing, if you're not trading with good risk management, you could be right 9 out of 10 times, and that one time you're wrong, you lose everything. All right? I always trade with isolated margin, Velt Pro. I think for me it's like a lot of it is psychological. I like to isolate my margin. I like to know, in the worst case scenario, if I don't set a stop loss and I drop into a coma, or something happens to me and I decide that I'm not going to abide by my rules, I like to know that in the worst case scenario, whatever margin I have isolated is the most I could possibly lose. All right. So, how much time do I spend behind a screen each day? Oh man, it varies, my friend. It varies. It depends on the markets. It depends on what I got to do. It depends on how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lane Hughes. He says we all have to learn. You're going to learn, but don't learn by losing it all. Maybe just trade with 1K from now on. And if you lose the 1K, then you saved yourself 7K. That's great advice, Lane Hughes. Yeah, my friend who 8x'd his account, you know, I'm not even going to, see, I don't want to make it sound like I'm shilling my own stuff, all right? But I would recommend going through a trading course, or at least go through some of my videos I have for free on YouTube where I talk about risk management. I just made some videos about risk management and about leverage and all this stuff, because right now you're in a really good position. You just 8x'd your account, all right? You need to now learn how to trade with good risk management, good risk to reward ratios, have multiple strategies up your sleeve, and you need to systematize this right now. Otherwise, you are going to lose all that money and more, probably. All right. How much is my course? I think it's 300 bucks. I actually don't know. Let me check. My course is $400. I should lower the price. I should lower the price. But look, in this course, it goes over everything, including risk management, all that stuff. And this course includes the scalping course. So the scalping course, $75 is part of this course. But the scalping course also goes over risk management and stuff. And the White Phoenix course, guys, I mean, if you really want to dive deep, White Phoenix's trading course is probably the most comprehensive course I've ever seen. There's a lot of courses out there that are much more expensive than these, that don't even give you even a quarter of the information. I've paid like $1,000, $1,200 for trading courses, and they don't even scratch the surface of what I go over here. And White Phoenix, man, his approach to trading, this is his own personal approach. It's legit. And if you want to learn about TPO, market profile, all that stuff, we got the ExoCharts course as well. All right. And look, if you join the Casper crew, inside the actual Discord, we have a beginner's course. Just a few sessions, and you have to submit a quiz. At the end of each session, you have to submit it, and the moderators have to pass you before you can move on to the next one, because we want to make sure people coming in here are equipped with the knowledge they need to not get wrecked. You'd be so surprised how easy it is to not get wrecked in these markets. I mean, theoretically, it's hard to do it because it takes discipline and patience, but people just don't know. They simply just don't know how to manage a trading account. They don't know how to set up trades in a way that's going to make them profitable over time, or at least in a way that's not going to wreck them. Because trust me, we've all been here. We've all come into the markets. We've all made a lot of money really quick. And we all did it without understanding how to actually trade. You know? So, just a word of caution. Yeah, I'm going to lower the price for my course. I used to have a coupon for it, 20% off, but I think I'm just going to lower the price or something. I don't know when. All right, shout out to Infanti. Hoping for uneven butt cheeks on the daily. What do you think, Jason Casper? Let's see. Let's check out the daily. All right, Bitcoin right now is coming down below VWAP here, guys. So we're losing that VWAP. I'm gonna de-risk a little bit here. All right. I'm gonna just de-risk a little bit here for the weekend. All right, let's see, what is that? Let's take out. Now, by me taking profits here, it's actually gonna pump the price, okay? I'm just gonna de-risk a little bit here. All right, now I've got about almost 300K on the trade instead of almost 500K. Right, because we're losing VWAP. I don't want to see that. So I want to still get out of here with as much money as possible. All right, let's see here. I'm going to de-risk a little bit on this guy too, because we're losing the VWAP. I'm going to take 100K out. All right, let's take another 41. There we go. All right, the reason I'm de-risking these guys is because my whole premise for adding to these trades was we came down to my entry that I was already in, so I added to these trades from yesterday and the day before. And I want to see a market structure change. I do not want to see a rejection from VWAP. We're rejecting from the VWAP right now. So let's see now. This trade gets stopped out. I lose 1,300 bucks on it. So that's a $500 win on the trade. And let's see. $500 win on the trade. This one over here, I get stopped out. I lose about $1,600 now. I lose about $1,600. on this trade. So let's round it up to 2,000. So I'm guaranteed to make $5,500 on these longs no matter what. Now I've de-risked a little bit so that I don't lose as much. Okay, I've just taken $300,000 off the table. I still got the shorts open. All right, I've got about $400,000 on the short side now, and I've got about $500,000 on the long side. Actually about $600,000 on the long. I'm still in these longs, guys. I'm still in these lower longs. And this is the long we gave in the Casper crew when we reclaimed 40,700. Obviously, I've added to it, right? But I am looking to add to this trade either at this box here or at a retest of this level right here. These are actually areas where I will look to compound this juicy long trade for higher targets as well. Okay. Okay, let's yeah, never get a home, never live in a place where there's a homeowners association. Can you imagine that? Someone telling you what you can do on your own property? That's horrible. All right, shout out to my man Overcome. He says, I'm a professional carpenter making $26 an hour at 33. I was talking to my dad about going through your course together. It will take a few years. So Overcome, I'll be honest with you, like, I'd say, yeah, probably about 2 years. If you do things right, man. I've literally seen people come into these like K-Pax, for example. K-Pax in the Casper crew. One of the best, most profitable traders I know. That would put almost anybody else to absolute shame. Okay? He started trading in 2021. And by 2023, dude is probably one of the best traders in the world. Alright? Even White Phoenix has not been trading that long. All these guys have been trading less than me, and they're way better than me. So look, it really depends on, I'd say this, it depends on a few things. First of all, how quick can you learn? But it's the learning part is not the hard part. The hard part is how willing are you to actually take the information that you've learned and then apply it and have the discipline to stick to it. That's where I messed up. That's where everyone messes up. Revenge trading, gamble trading, being reluctant to actually take the time to learn. Because I'm the kind of guy where I learn by doing, right? If I have to put together some stupid thing that comes in a box, you know, I don't read the directions. I just put it together. I figure it out as I go. I took that approach to trading in the beginning, and I was reluctant to sit down and learn the right way. All right, so if you make a promise to yourself, you're going to sit down, you're going to learn the right information, and you're actually going to apply it, you could very realistically get very, very good at this and actually start to do this as a real, literal, good source of income within the next 2 to 3 years. You know? All right, shout out to my man Wild West. He says, Shalom Jay, today NASA landed a 6-legged robot on the moon. LOL. First time since the last time that they allegedly went to the moon. Having is on 420. Do I believe in confluences? Is that true? It's on 420? It's a leap year? It's a leap year. I don't know. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Alright, we're bouncing from the VWAP now. Shouldn't have de-risked. Just kidding. I don't care that I de-risked. I think it's a wise decision for me to de-risk here. I really would have wanted to see a bam kind of action. We didn't quite get it. But no regrets. No regrets at all for taking that money off the table right now. It's a weekend. I'm not going to be here tomorrow. No regrets. What were we going to take a look at? What were we going to take a look at? Hang on, let me pop it to the chat real quick. God bless all of you, by the way. In Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. I still pray y'all are super blessed. Alright. Alright. Wow, we got about 1,300 people in here. How many likes are we up to right now? We're about 600 likes. Let's see if we can't get the likes up to the watchers. All right, Joko the Alien can confirm that it's fake. Yeah, I'm in that camp too. Shout out to OG Blockchain. All right. No regrets, not even one regret. Yeah, my man. Shout out to Dave Digital. I have no regrets in life at all. All right. I have no regrets in life. All right. Jasmine. Man, Jasmine. Let's check out Jasmine. Now, I am in Jasmine. I'm exposed to Jasmine. It looks like we've lost that key level on Jasmine. Let's take a look at Jasmine. Wow, yeah, so we've lost level. So just to get a little context here on Jasmine, we had this this wedge pattern, and we broke out. And back on December, right around here, I bought Jasmine because of the breakout, and I held, obviously, and then kaboom. And now we have come up to essentially the target of the wedge, right? Because really we could look at this thing as something like this, really. All right, we have touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, touch 4, breakout, retest, and then kaboom. And so this is the first technical target of the wedge, which is also simply just a liquidity grab of the high that we made in May 2022. All right, so let's see, where is our next support going to be? Because obviously this is bullish. The weekly money flow is crossing into the blue. All right, that is the bullish thing. So where is our next zone of support going to be? That's a fast move to the upside, guys. Let me tell you. That's a real fast move to the upside. Let's zoom out here. Oh, wow. Okay, guys, so right around 94.35, we have the Fibonacci golden pocket pull from the last low that we made before the big pump to the high, and it lines up with this weekly order block that we have back here from September 2022. That's a really nice zone. For me, the Jasmine buy zone, where I would actually buy more of this on spot, is going to be number 1, 93.42, and then number 2, basically the retest of these highs right around 8,000, right? So this to me is going to be a big buy zone for Jasmine. If we get to move back down to there, between 8,000 and 92.68, we have a lot of confluences there. Let's go ahead and pull some volume just to see what's kind of happened here. Yeah, we've even got the value area high right in that zone, guys. So for me, I would say I'm actually going to set an alert here to pick up some more Jasmine right around this box. Buy Jasmine. Yeah, man, I'm loading myself up on some Jasmine. And then, of course, our next level to the upside, guys, is going to be 25.098. The next weekly order block that we have there. You know? The next major weekly order block that we've got up there. And that's also going to be the target of this. If we're viewing this as like a triangle, right? That's going to be the breakout target. If we're viewing this as a triangle. If we're viewing this as a wedge, I would say the wedge begins to form right around here. Right around here. This is where we can really start to draw that trend line. So we've come up, we've literally hit the target of the wedge, like to the dollar. But I'd say our next major resistance is going to be up at 24,800. All right, Bitcoin, we're holding above VWAP, baby. Come on. Can we get some pumpage going on the corn, baby? Come on. Man, I hope this pumps. All right, let's see. So we got to take profit at 54. We'll hit a TP at 54. Hang on. I hate showing my stop losses on here. I know you whales out there are always trying to liquidate your boy. Okay, so, or at least stop him out. All right, we're gonna hit some highball TPs on this. You know, yeah. I think I'm just gonna keep this as is now. 54,350, and I'll play it by ear. All right. 54,350, and I'll play it by ear. Why do I think Bitcoin won't go to 80K? I just want to be conservative, man. Like I don't want to ride the hype train. Look, if Bitcoin goes to 80K, I am going to make a lot of money. All right. And so for me personally, I want to make sure that I'm keeping my emotions in check. I have big plans to take profits there. I bought it $15,000. I don't want to ride the hype train, right? So for me, anything above 80K is bonus. Could we blast past 80K? Of course. 120K? Absolutely. I just don't want to look. Last bull market, 100K, 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 100K. You know, 70K. The bull market before that, people were calling for 30K. We got to 20K. So I just want to make sure I have realistic expectations here. And for me, Bitcoin, having bought Bitcoin at $15,500, for me, that's a huge profit. I'm super happy with that. I would be so happy with that right now. The amount of Bitcoin I plan to sell at 80K is it's gonna be worth a lot of money. The amount of money that I do not want to just hold there and hope that someday it keeps growing. I'm never gonna sell all my Bitcoin, but I have plans this bull market, right? I have plans this bull market where, I mean, I don't even want to say the plans out loud because I don't want to sound like arrogant, but I want to be in a position where if something were to happen and I couldn't trade and I couldn't do YouTube and I couldn't do anything, I'd still be like able to support my family for years, you know? So for me, that's a goal I have in mind. 80K, right? I want to be in a position where I wouldn't have to do anything. Not that I would ever stop working, because I love to work. I love to trade. I love to work. I love to do businesses. I love to work outside. So I just want to be conservative with it. Now that the ETF is live, the Bitcoin price is going to be able to be manipulated just like the gold ETF is. The gold ETF is why gold is so cheap, relatively speaking, compared to the dollar. And same with silver, you know? Bitcoin for farmland, absolutely, man. You know? Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. And look, God's sovereign over all this stuff, all right? Because I lost $700,000. I had $700,000 stolen from me in September. All right, I had my hot wallet drained back in September. 700K gone in a second. So I don't put any faith in money, but that doesn't still mean I can't make plans, right? The Lord is sovereign over all assets, over everything we have and don't have. God is 100% in control over that. So we do this trading stuff. We do what we do with what we've been given. But at the end of the day, there's security in nothing outside of God. Outside of God, there is no security in anything. Money could be gone, fiat could be gone, the banking system, the cyber pandemic could happen, the banking system could go down, you know? There could be some kind of EMP where all the computers go down, you can't buy gas, you can't use Bitcoin temporarily. Maybe AI hacks the Bitcoin blockchain. Who knows what could happen? Nothing's secure, man. So, shout out to Splashfire Films. He says the Lord has a plan for everything. I believe that, man. You know? I fully believe that. I'll tell you something else. Like, in my personal life, I've gone through a lot of different phases. I've literally lived in a vehicle with no money at all. With nothing. And I've also been, at least relatively speaking, had a lot of money. But I've never had a need for anything because the Lord has always provided for me. Always. You know what I'm saying? Dread mining replaces the word God with self. Man, well, you will come to the end of yourself, dread mining. You will come to the end of yourself, my man. You know, it doesn't take much for a person to realize they're not really in control. We have the illusion of control. It's so easy to fall into the trap of having that illusion that you're in control. But when something happens, when there's a health scare, if something happens to your body, if something happens to a loved one, uncontrollable events, you realize you're not the sovereign. We have allotted sovereignty. Our sovereignty is only as much as the Lord has actually allowed us to have. I don't know how I got drained. Like, that's the thing. I have no idea. My device was compromised. I don't know how it happened, right? I was being careless. I was being lazy. Right? I was stacking money on a hot wallet, which I know not to do. Everyone knows not to do it. Everyone who gets into crypto, the first thing they hear is, get a cold wallet! Alright? So. Shout out to Ape. Ape, you know, it's funny you say that, bro, because I always wonder this, but I don't know. I do wonder this, Ape. But I don't know. I don't know anything, Ape. I really don't know anything. I don't know anything. Did I lose service on my cell? I didn't, but I heard a lot of people did, man. I heard that a lot of people did. Yesterday, didn't a whole bunch of people lose cell phone service yesterday, right? What's a good cold wallet? Trezor. I prefer Trezor, to be honest with you. I prefer Trezor to Ledger because everything's open source. The Ledger firmware itself on the device is not open source. And the shadiness with Ledger has been kind of weird lately, right? Yeah, or a keylogger. Could have been a keylogger. It could have been a whole bunch of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Filecoin. I'm into Filecoin, Paul. I'm into Filecoin. Yeah. No Name says USA gonna be the worst place to live the next decade. You know, I hope you're wrong, but I feel like it's gonna be one of the worst places. You know? I hope you're wrong, but I feel like you're right. You know? Just the way things are heading. Alright, so you lost internet service for hours. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so. Man, you guys are awesome in the chat. God bless all of you guys. Yeah, you can still copy my chart in the Discord, Aaron Clark, if that's what you're talking about. Whenever I post a chart, you can copy it. I haven't posted one in a few days because there hasn't been much change. Do I think Elon Musk is the Antichrist? I don't know, man. I have no idea. Alright. I'll be honest with you. When it comes to my views on the eschaton, I definitely have my views. I wouldn't die on any hill. I would not die on any eschatological hill. I know it's a scary place to be, but Yeah, as of right now, I have no reason to think that there's any one specific person who is the Antichrist. We need some more confirmations. We need some uneven butt cheeks. We need some uneven butt cheeks on the abomination of desolation first. What do I think about Andrew Tate? Why do you ask? My honest opinion on Andrew Tate is that whether or not he has been thrust into mainstream consciousness on purpose, or whether or not he just was himself, he was definitely leveraged onto mainstream consciousness on purpose, I think. And I don't like Andrew Tate. I don't like him. I don't like what he stands for. I don't like his worldview. Obviously, he has a lot of things that I would agree with. He could say a lot of things that I would agree with. But his overall attitude on life, I do not agree with that, okay? Let's just put it that way. And I feel like he's a trap. He's a trap for younger guys, my age and younger, who feel like they got the short end of the stick in life. He's leading them down a path that's not going to be beneficial to them in the long term. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get any more specific than that because I don't want to get any more specific than that in a public setting. Let's just put it that way. Let's just put it that way. Shout out to Dread Mining. He has a more Buddhist perspective. You know, hey, I respect everybody's perspective, you know? I really do. I respect everybody's perspective. For me, I believe that Jesus is the God who created everything. And that only through him can we find our eternal purpose. That's my view. I'm sticking to it. I'm betting my life on it. But I respect everyone else's view as well. Alright, Bitcoin is getting a little move to the upside here, guys. Look at this. Alright, we got 300k on the trade right now. 700 realized, 2,000 unrealized. We got another 3,000 on trade. So we're about 600,000 deep right now on Bitcoin longs, baby. 600,000 deep, 4,000 unrealized, 9,000 realized. If we start to squeeze from here, man, we have a long way to go. We really need to claim 51,300. 51,300. Obama is the Antichrist, LOL. Sato is short. Let's go, baby. We're gonna pump Bitcoin. We're gonna pump Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. Looks like a bull div on the 8 hour. Let's check that out real quick. Man, are we about to squeeze on the 8 hour? Nah, there's no way. Oh, you know, I see what you're saying, man. I mean, there's definitely a potential for a hidden bullish divergence on the 8 hour. There's definitely a potential for a hidden bullish divergence. Alright. Why would I share belief in Christ if it's personal? Because this is my channel. It's my personal YouTube channel, bro. I am who I am on this channel. If you haven't noticed, I'm a lot different than the other YouTubers on here. I don't put on that show trying to be professional or anything. This is just who I am. If you were to meet me in real life, I'd probably be walking on the dang treadmill talking to you just like I'm talking to you right now. We'd be studying the Bible together, alright? That's why. I hope a big pump is incoming. A big pump is incoming. Let's go. Come on, Bitcoin. I would love a Friday pump. Come on. Shout out to Cipher Gaming. All right, let's check the order flow. Big decrease of OI, guys. Big decrease of OI. All right, should you add to your longs? Look, I can't tell anybody what to do. All right. Shout out to Christopher Moon. Yeah, Yeshua is Yod He Vav He, for sure. For sure. It's very clear about that in the scriptures, the Hebrew scriptures and the Greek scriptures. All right. Decrease of OI. Decrease of OI. This is so far a weak move. As long as we hold the VWAP, things are looking good. Alright, as long as we hold the VWAP, things are looking good. Alright. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Perfect time to buy Jasmine right now. Man, I would want to wait for lower, to be honest with you. Where's the dang Pokemon hat? I don't know. Oh, I see it. Hang on. Give me 1 second. See, this is why I stopped wearing it, alright? Oh, wait, it shows. It shows. Alright, it shows. Here we go, guys. The Pikachu hat. This ain't no financial advice, alright? Just a guy on the internet with a Pikachu hat. Got a plunger on the face, alright? Again, this ain't no financial advice. So if you think it is, okay, remember this face, okay? Alright, would I add to a long now? Look. Man, shout out to TRXX0101 for the super chat. Says there will always be nodes around. Bitcoin will never die. Only ETFs could stop the price. Volume is king. Yeah, I don't even know. I'll be honest, I don't know. Bitcoin's been co-opted, all right? So definitely the idea works, but the ETF, that is kind of lame, isn't that? So look, if I added to my longs when I came back down to my entry, the only reason you should be adding to your long is if you have a risk management plan in place and you have a plan to lose here, okay? I have a plan to lose here and I have a plan to win here. You need to have a plan for both. If you don't have a winning and losing plan for every trade you take, you're gambling and you got to stop trading, right? Where's your entry from, right? Is your entry from down here? Did you catch the exact bottom? If you did, you probably could have made a decent amount of profits already on a 1% move. All right, maybe you could add to your long here and still close at a break even or close in profit. You know, I can't answer the question for you, my man. I can't answer the question for you. All right, guys. How come I have a plunger on my desk at all times? In case I short and the water rises and I'm at my friend's house and I gotta plunge that thing back down. Alright, guys, I have to head out. God bless all of you in Jesus' name. Even if you're not religious, may the Lord bless you. May He protect you. May he shine light upon you. May he have grace upon you. And may the Lord turn his face towards you and give you wholeness. I hope everyone has a great weekend. An amazing weekend. Okay? I'm going to be back next week, guys. Either in juicy profits from the longs, juicy profits from the shorts, or they both got stopped out and now I'm in no trades. Peace, y'all.